Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Mr. Moore Heating and Cooling True Stories. Got another good one for y'all today. All right, so it's the beginning of summertime, right? A lot of customers are calling for they AC tune-up or to get it checked before they turn it on. I always tell the customers before you turn on your AC or your furnace, when it becomes that time, call me. I'll make sure I come out there and make sure everything is right. So me and my daughter, Brooklyn, we get out there. We start working on the machine and whatnot. And you got to remember, this is just an AC check. That's it. She want to start it up for the summer, and she's ready to turn it on. Let me call Mr. Moore and make sure this thing is running right. So we get out there, put my gauges on. As you can see those in the back right there. Put my gauges on and whatnot. And the first thing I noticed, it had high head pressure. I'm like, okay. So we start breaking down the machine, me and my daughter. We start cleaning it off, rinsing it out, you know what I'm saying, making sure it's clean because my pressures are off. That was a red flag already. Pressures are off, so we cleaning it and everything. I'm looking around it, make sure it's clear of debris, make sure it can breathe. I said, let me go downstairs in the basement. So I took my little daughter down there. We get down there in the basement. I need to figure out what's going on or whatnot. So I'm going down there to check the filter because my pressures are high. I have high head pressure on my gauges or whatnot. So I get down there, I start checking everything, popped everything loose and start looking inside, pull out the filter. As I expected, the filter is completely dirty and clogged, restricting the flow, the airflow. That's why, the gauges was reading high on them or whatnot. And I'm like, okay. Let me see if I got a, extra filter in the van or whatnot. Didn't have one, ran out that day. So I'm letting her know, found a couple problems. You got high head pressure or whatnot. You ain't got good flow going through here. Your filter is completely clogged and dirty. I'm not going to put this back in. She was like, okay, no problem. But the thing is, her brother was down there. I guess her brother was over there doing some work at the time. And she went back upstairs. So while he was down there working in the garage or whatnot, he comes in my little area or whatnot. He was like, hey, how you doing, Mr. Moore? I'm like, hey, I'm doing all right. And he was like, oh, so what's wrong with it? I was like, this filter right here need to be replaced. I'm going to take it out. Do not put this filter back in there. Because it's going to mess up the whole entire system and it need to be replaced. He was like, oh, don't worry about it, man. I go ahead and get that filter. So don't worry about it. I said, are you sure? He was like, yeah, don't worry about it. I'm like, all right, cool. So I wrapped up everything, let the lady know what I found, charged her the little service fee for cleaning everything, and told her she needed to replace a filter. So a couple of days later, she calls back. She's like, Mr. Moore, it's the AC. I finally turned it on. It's not working right. I'm like, okay. I was like, okay, cool. I will come back out there. I get back out there. I put my gauges on. First of all, the line was frozen. I'm like, why is the line frozen? I'm like, okay, this is weird. I'm like, okay, checking the pressures and everything. Pressures are even higher now. I'm like, oh man. So let me go down here in the basement and see if, the filter has been replaced. The guy, her brother or whatnot, put in the old filter. He put the filter back in. I guess after I left, I guess he figured, oh, this is not a big deal. It's just a filter. So he puts the filter back in. He didn't replace it. He didn't buy a new one. He didn't tell her about it. He just put the old filter back in. I took the filter out and told him it needed to be replaced. So he puts the the filter back in. No airflow going through there from the blower motor. No air going through the vents or nothing. It's completely clogged. So, and the owner of the house, I could hear her screaming from upstairs, is everything okay, Mr. Moore? The brother wasn't over there at this time or whatnot. And I'm like, no. You got a couple things messed up over here. I said, the filter that I took out last time that I told your brother to replace, he didn't replace it. He put the old filter back in there. And she was like, I can't believe that son of a gun. I told him to go get a filter. He said he was gonna go get a filter. I gave him the money to go get the filter, and he didn't even do it. He put the old filter back in there. I'm like, yeah, this is the old filter. I know what this filter looked like when I came over here a couple of days ago. This is the same filter. So she's rushing downstairs. She's rushing downstairs to see what's going on, and she had her other sister there. I guess she left from the hospital earlier. She was having some complications or whatnot. So I'm still in the basement, working out everything. I hear a big old boom, like boom, 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 bow. I'm like, holy, you know what? So I'm like, okay, I get up, I get alarmed. I'm thinking something is wrong. Somebody done really hurt themselves bad because it shook the basement. And I hear her sister screaming, I told you to stay upstairs. I was gonna go down there and talk to Mr. Moore and see what was going on. I told you to stay. So I get up there to figure out what was going on so I can help. Whatever the case is, I want to help. She done fell, twisted her ankle, and she was on the stairs and couldn't get back up. So me and her sister, helped her back up and everything. Her sister going off on her, telling her, I told you to take it easy. I told you to take it easy. Why won't you take it easy? I told you I was gonna handle Mr. Moore or whatnot. So me and her sister get to talking and everything. I go get the filter, put it back in, everything running fine. And unfrosted and all that stuff. Everything was good. But the moral of the story is, I hate that she fell down the stairs and everything, but all this could have been prevented if her brother would have never put that filter back in that furnace after I told him not to do. I said, don't put this filter back in there. This filter is completely dirty and it's going to clog up your furnace. Your furnace is a part of your AC system. Everything works in line or whatnot. Yeah, and that's just the moral of the story. You know what I'm saying? I get these things happening all the time. That's why I share them with y'all. Cause half the time it's not funny. That it wasn't funny to me that she fell down the stairs and twisted her ankle like that. I blame all this on her brother for being kind of lazy or whatnot and putting a dirty filter back into a furnace, knowing that you had an HVAC tech to come out there telling you not to do so. That's another one of those Mr. Moore heating and cooling true stories. Y'all stay tuned. I hope y'all liked it. Enjoy. All right now.